What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bring guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a mid fade on my boy with a comb over, so stay tuned. We're starting off by saturating the hair and combing everything into place, making sure everything is nice and neat. Now that we're done combing our canvas, we can then start off with our gold FX and create our first guideline. You want to be sure not to press too hard here because you could make a harsh guideline and it's harder to take out. To give you more room to bald out with the skin, don't be afraid to use your opposite hand to stretch the skin as much as possible. Now that we're done balding them out, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. As you guys can see, I'm using my comb to feed the hair into the clipper. We're then going to use the lever midway and all the way close to help us erase that initial guideline we created with our trimmers. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. We're then going to use the lever midway and all the way close to help soften up the line and get ready for the half guard. Now that we're done softening up the line with the one guard and its lever, we can then move on to the half guard. This is going to help us blend the no guard all the way open to the one guard all the way open. Since we're done with our lower guards, we can move on to our two guard all the way open and create our third guideline. We're then going to use the comb to feed the hair into the clipper and flick out as much as possible. We're also going to use the lever midway and all the way close to help soften up this line and get ready for the 1.5 guard. Now that the line is soft enough, we can move on to our 1.5 guard and try to erase the line completely, with the lever all the way closed and the lever midway. Sometimes after using your 1.5 guard, there's still a faint line, so switching over to your 1 guard all the way open and using its corners will definitely help. Moving on to our clipper over comb method, this is going to help us debulk and complete our silhouette. We also want to make sure the hair is nice and saturated so the hair is easier to pick up with the comb. We're then going to go back to our previous guards and detail the fade as much as possible. Moving on to the back, we're going to start off with our no guard all the way open and close the lever midway and all the way closed to help us erase that initial guideline we created with our trimmers. We are right underneath the occipital bone, so you want to make sure you spend more time here and also use your opposite hand to stretch the skin. Now that we're done with our no guard all the way open and its lever, we could then move on to our 1 guard all the way open and create our third guideline. We're also going to use the lever midway and all the way closed to help soften up this line and get ready for the half guard. Now we're right on top of the occipital bone, so you want to make sure you spend more time here in detail. Moving on to the half guard, this is going to help erase the line completely and connect the 1 guard all the way open to the no guard all the way open. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe is greatly appreciated. Also, be sure to check out my live streams. I usually live stream every day. Moving on to our 2 guard all the way open, we're going to create our 4th guideline and flick out as much as possible near the silhouette area. Now that we're done softening up the line with the 2 guard and its lever, we can move on to the 1.5 guard and try to erase this line completely. Again, after using the 1.5 guard, there's still a faint line, so switching over to your 1 guard all the way open and using its corners will definitely help. We're also going to use the clipper of a comb method to debulk near the calic and silhouette area, using a horizontal strokes to debulk as much as possible. Now that we're done with the sides and back, we can move on to the front line, and we're going to make sure we pin up the hair and separate the small hairs from the top so we don't cut any. We're then going to go with the grain and debulk the hairline as much as possible so it's easier to line up. Starting off at the middle with our Annis T outliners, we're going to make sure we go side to side and go as slow as possible, making sure that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer. Because if not, then the hair is going to shift and it's going to be harder to line up. You always want to make sure to keep the corners as natural as possible. It keeps the haircut from looking awkward. Also, when you're using the C-cup area, you want to be as light as possible so you don't irritate the skin. When lining up the C-cup area, always start off at the bottom using the corners of the blade and work my way to the top arch. This lowers the likelihood of you pushing them back. Moving on to the top, we're going to start off by making sure that the hair is nice and saturated, and then we're going to pick up the hair with our comb, feeding it into our fingers, keeping them as straight as possible, and making sure the cutting blade doesn't go past our second knuckle. We're also going to make sure we make our first guideline throughout the head, and then also connect it to the side.